Joining us now, Congressman Dan Bishop from House Homeland Security, along with former economic advisor to former President Trump, Stephen Moore. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. First to you, Congressman. The White House cannot name a single thing President Biden is doing to lower gas except draining the strategic reserves that Americans paid for. And now KJP admits we need more supply?
Liz, it's almost amazing. The White House today said that OPEC exercising this economic leverage that Biden has given them is a hostile act. The entire Biden presidency has been a hostile act against the American people. It's been one terrible decision after another. And now, with the oil reserve drained, with American supply, domestic supply, and energy production having been diminished, now we're against the wall. And so we're seeing prices go back up again. It is just, it's utter incompetence. Although stupidity only explains so much. At some point, you've got to think this seems to be an intentional misalignment of American priorities.
And Steve, what the congressman is saying, now we've got CNN reporting the White House has been panicking behind the scenes, a furious last-ditch, wide-scale effort to lobby Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE to stop this, talking Amos Hochstein, Brett McGurk. But now they go on the airwaves to blame big oil and mom-and-pop gas stations?
Well, look, the congressman is exactly right that this is a self-inflicted wound. When Trump left office, we were the major oil and gas producer in the world, Liz. We were number one, and we are now falling behind the Russians. We're falling behind the Saudi Arabians as a direct consequence of the Biden policies. By the way, this is intentional. They do want to reduce American oil and gas production. The problem is we're still using a lot of oil and gas, Liz. And so instead of producing it in Texas and Oklahoma and North Dakota and West Virginia and Pennsylvania, we're getting it from Saudi Arabia and Russia and Iran. The policy makes no sense.
And now we're dependent on the Mideast and Russia. To Steve's point, Congressman, we're dependent now on China for solar panels and electric car batteries. And CNN is reporting the White House also proposed using the strategic reserves taxpayers paid for as a bargaining chip. That they're saying that reportedly the U.S. would buy back up to 200 million barrels to refill what Biden drained out of the reserves only if OPEC decided against this cut. I mean, he's been lowering gas prices by draining the reserves to boost his bad poll numbers.
Absolutely. So he's taken that reserve down to the lowest point, I think they said, since 1984. And so now American people are not only exposed to the economic reversals, the fact that home heating oil prices are going to be going up, gas prices going back up when we least can afford it, but we're also exposed as a strategic matter to risks from our foes abroad. And, it's just astonishing how naive or amazingly dumb the planning and strategizing has been in the Biden administration.
To the congressman's point, Steve, if they really cared about the poor and the middle class now seeing their gas and home heating prices go up this winter, they would open the Keystone Pipeline and unleash U.S. energy. And by the way, that's those are thousands of U.S. workers that the White House is trying to ice out. And we've got Transportation Secretary Buttigieg again claiming, we're in a transition. We've got more than 55 million Americans now struggling to pay their energy bills, 20 million homes behind on payments. Heating bills are now rising nearly 20%, Steve.
Well, look, our study that we just did at the Committee to Unleash Prosperity finds that we would be producing 2 to 3 million more barrels a day, each day, if we just stuck with the Trump program. And that would mean, by the way, if we had done that, we would have produced 5 times more oil than we've drained from the strategic reserve. We wouldn't have needed to drop the reserves by one ounce. And so it's all a result of this kind of crazy green energy dreams when we're only getting 6% of our energy today, Liz, from green energy, but we get 70% from fossil fuels.
And that hasn't changed in decades, what Steve Moore just said, Congressman. Again, more Americans are living paycheck to paycheck from unrelenting 40-year high in inflation. We care about the poor and the middle class. Americans' real wages, adjusted for inflation, down 9% the last 2 years. Americans are basically torching through more than 10% of their cash cushion right now. $270 billion out of $2.4 trillion in savings. Congressman, sit tight. Let's watch this. Watch.
5 weeks to go, so let's take a look here. First, the big picture indicator. We always say the president's job approval rating, usually the most reliable indicator of how midterms are going to go. For Democrats, this is not good news. Joe Biden's average approval rating is 42.7%. Put that in perspective here with modern presidents at this exact same point in their first midterm, and Biden's right at the same level that Trump, that Obama, that Bill Clinton were in what were brutal midterms for them.
Brutal. So, Congressman, the Democrats are trying to make the midterms about Trump and abortion. Americans care about inflation and crime. Abortion ranks way down the list. The majority, nearly 7 out of 10, disapprove of Biden on abortion. Congressman.
Liz, you can't imagine a more profound punishing of the American people economically unless you tried to do it. And it's just astonishing. But I think we're going to see a Republican majority, certainly in the United States House, I think in the United States Senate, and we've got work to do.
Final word, Steve Moore.
Gas prices are so indicative of how people vote. We're now headed back to $4 to $5 to, in some cases, $6 a gallon gas. That's a killer for the income. I wouldn't want to be a Democrat running with those numbers.
Yeah, I just feel bad for American families out there. Congressman Bishop and Steve Moore, thank you so much for joining us.